Welcome to Shiny New Clients, the marketing podcast that helps you attract shiny new clients to your business. We'll talk about social media, what makes people buy, how to go viral, and marketing psychology, all in 20 minutes or less. Whether you're a coach, a stylist, or a wedding planner, if you've got a service-based business to sell, this is the show you need to fill your calendar. I'm Jenna Warriner, your new marketing coach, and this is Shiny New Clients.
When you're trying to grow on social media, getting unfollowed and seeing your followers number drop is so freaking frustrating, right? Because you're out there and you're trying to grow and you figure you've done everything that everyone tells you to do and you're throwing everything at it and you're still seeing people leave. And sometimes it can feel like they're falling through a sieve and they were leads and they were opportunities for you to make money, and now they're disappearing and you don't know who they are because you don't know who unfollowed you and you don't know where they went. If that resonates, I want you to know that you're not alone, because I talk to a lot of business owners and I know you're not the only person that feels that way. So let's talk about a healthier way to look at it. Let's talk about what's really going on when people unfollow you and a way to make it not scrape at your soul when you see that people have left your online community. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jenna. I'm a social media manager. I own a social media management agency where we focus on organic growth, creating an amazing online presence that actually drives clients into your business. And I'm also a marketing coach. And listen, you can trust me because I'm not just teaching you how to do this stuff. I also do this stuff for businesses globally, and I have for many, many years. So if you're a service-based business owner and you're trying to run your own account and get clients from it, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's talk about it. This isn't just about tactical strategies. It's also about practical strategies, keeping up with it, sustaining, creating a social media presence that brings clients into your business that you actually do every day because you don't hate it or resent it. And it's about all the mindset stuff that kind of comes up along the way, right? We need to grapple with things like dealing with losing followers and not let that bring us down so that we sabotage today's post or we sabotage our presence. So I understand that there's probably a lot going on in your head and there's a lot that goes into this when you're running your own socials. And that is okay. Before I did this, I was an actor. I talk about this quite a lot on the podcast. I was an actor for my whole life. I grew up doing it. And since I was like 9 years old and I started this whole foray into performing, I received one very frequent warning about life as an actor. And it's that you have to be prepared to hear no. You have to be prepared to hear no. All through like growing up, everyone seems to know that about life as an actor, and they'll tell you all through education and school and college and learning that everyone is always warning you, well, you better get ready to hear a whole lot of no's before you hear a whole lot of yeses. And I lived that. When you're an actor, a lot of your job, and I promise I have a point here, but a lot of your job is going to auditions. So you spend more time going to auditions to try and get jobs than you actually spend doing jobs. And furthermore, that can be very frustrating because you don't get paid. Like you get paid for callbacks here in Canada, but if it's for like a commercial or something, you get $50, which if you had to Uber there, probably wouldn't have even covered it. But you're going to auditions, if you're lucky, every week and you're not making any money. And that means also doing your hair, doing your makeup, finding an outfit, practicing your script and showing up there and waiting and then doing it and then getting back across the city to where you live. Like it's a big time commitment. It's a big energy commitment. And then on top of that, you don't get the job. You hear a no. And in order to have a career, you need to be able to move on from that no quickly. So is it the no that hurts you? Is it the fact that you didn't get that one job that like really gets in your head and makes you doubt yourself? No, absolutely it's not, because that's part of what it is to be an actor. You know you're going to be going to auditions and you're not going to get all of them. The real problem is whatever you're making that no mean. If you make that no mean, I suck, I'm too fat for this role, I'm no good, nobody likes me, casting hates me, then how are you going to go in and approach that next audition when you're in that same room? right? What's your energy going to be like? What's your mood going to be like when you go to a networking event that night or when you go to your next acting class? Like, it's going to be so much harder to climb out of that funk because you gave that no too much power, too much power. The problem isn't the no. The problem is what you're making the no mean. So I'm going to tell you point blank why people unfollow you so we can take a little bit of power away from that. But at the end of the day, it's also up to you and your brain and what you're making your unfollows mean. Because the fact of the matter is there's 3 really simple reasons why people unfollow you. Okay. Either they realized you're not for them. Could be that, they don't like something you stand by. That's fine. If you stand by that thing, and they don't, that's fine. That's allowed. We can let them leave. We can release them. They realize that your target audience isn't them and they're not identifying themselves as your target audience and therefore your service isn't for them. And so they don't want to follow anymore. Okay, great. They realize they moved out of the country and you have a location specific business. So for whatever freaking reason, you're not for them and you don't need to be. You don't need to be for everyone. And if someone decides you're not for them, you have to let them. Because you would want someone to give you that same courtesy, right? So if someone decides you're not for them, they're allowed to leave. But hold the phone. That's probably not why people are leaving. Because you know why you're probably getting unfollows? It's probably stupid Instagram bots that followed you and they were actually a robot all along. Chances are it's much more likely when you see that your number has dropped, it is bots being purged from Instagram and dormant accounts dying off. It's probably not real people. And the third common reason that people are unfollowing, and one of my followers actually just brought this up to me the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right, is because you were the lead. They weren't the lead. You were the lead all along. They were following you because they wanted you to be their client. So you were the lead. And then they realized that you weren't going to be a good lead. And so then they left you, right? So you were the mark in that situation. So who cares if they leave too? For most of my clients, I say if you haven't said anything polarizing lately that you wish you didn't say or something edgy that maybe was a little bit too far, then I'm never concerned about the unfollows. I always tell the businesses that I work with in my program, I teach a 3-month program on how to get clients from Instagram. And I always tell them just don't look at the following number. Just don't look because you're already doing everything that you can by creating content and honing in on your ideal client and improving your content and optimizing your posts. You're already doing all the things. So just don't look if it's going to get up in your head. And one of the people in that program took me up on that and she took it very seriously, not looking at the follower count. And she started the program with I don't know how many, a few hundred followers. And she actually shot up to 11,000 in her time in the program and didn't even notice because she said, well, I took your advice, Jenny. You said, don't check. So I didn't check. And I just thought that was hilarious. Most of us don't have that kind of self-control, though. Most of us are going to check a little bit. So let me tell you what to actually check. If you're going to check, let me tell you what to actually check because I bet you're checking the wrong thing. Now, this is for Instagram specifically, but this is true for any social media platform. You're going to go into your insights. You're going to look at your total followers and you're going to see how many people came versus how many people left. You can choose the time bracket that you're looking at. So if you want to know the last 7 days, you want to know the last 30 days or whatever, you can check for various different time windows. And you're going to see that all of us have people coming and going all the time. And if you're only looking at your total follower count and you see it dropping, okay, that total amount might be dropping, but that number doesn't account for all the people who came, right? It just means that the people who left outweighed the people who came. So let me tell you, full disclosure, in my last 7 days, I have had 1,767 follows and I have had 500 unfollows. 500. And honestly, when you're getting into really big accounts, because my account is quite large at this point, that's probably real people. And they're finding out that I'm not for them and they're leaving. And that's cool. That's fine. I'm not tossing and turning at night for those 500 people. I hope they go find what they need. And also, since I have a big account, I think that this is a really perfect time to bring up a point that I need to start saying more often. I did not always have an account this big. I had a social media management agency, and I hadn't even started using my own account for growth. And when I launched Magic Marketing Machine, I think at that point I had probably like 1,000 or 2,000 followers, because you do not need 80,000 followers to get clients from your content. You need one ideal follower to get one ideal client from what you post, okay? Trust me. Trust me. I had a multiple six-figure business well before I had anywhere near 10,000 followers even, okay? So don't go, oh, Jenna, well, you have more followers. It's different for you. It's not. You can absolutely get clients from your content. You can love the process. You can have fun. You can create content that really impacts people and changes their lives. Be careful on what you're making the no's mean. And remember to show up for the people who are so excited to see what you're going to post today, and the leads out there who learn from what you post and are so thankful that you keep showing up. And if you want to know the exact strategy that my clients use inside Magic Marketing Machine, there is a free training in the show notes called How to Get Clients from Instagram Without Wasting Hours Glued to Your Phone. We have some amazing guests coming up on the Shiny New Clients podcast in the next couple of weeks. So make sure that you are subscribed to this podcast, or you follow it on whatever platform you're on, because you are not going to want to miss some amazing guests that are coming to share their wisdom. And that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one.